Alright guys, so we're back on the 2015 Chevrolet Cruze here, and I just want to make a quick video here on water pump failures on these. I'm not going to go into detail on how to take one off because there's other videos out there on how to do that, but this is one thing that I found on this one here. I started getting a leak here out here around the seep hole, and guys, I got pretty lucky on this one here. When I took it apart, if you can see that down there, guys, that plastic's all broken up. Luckily, it was still catching enough to turn the water pump, so the coolant was still flowing through still flowing through the system, through the block, engine block. But as you can see, guys, that was completely broken out. I don't know if that's why this thing started leaking. It could have been a possibility why it started seeping coolant out this seep hole here, and then it was throwing it. The reason I could tell, guys, because it was throwing coolant down here along this hose, and then I also getting a little bit of coolant up in here, and then also down here on the radiator shroud, I was getting some coolant spray. And if you see that, that's a good indication that your water pump is either the bearings going bad in it, or the seals, or possibly something like this, guys. Like I said, I got lucky on this one, because otherwise that would have, if that water pump, if this would have completely broke out, then my water pump would not be turning at all, circulating the antifreeze in there, and then we would have, you know, had a overheated engine there real quick, because a lot of times some people don't pay attention to their temperature gauge. And if your temperature gauge is not working, guys, and you overheat one of these, you're looking at some major repairs, probably a blowed head gasket, or who knows what all kind of damage you can do to one of these if you overheat them. Because they do run extremely hot anyways. I mean, the thermostat on these things don't kick in or don't open up till 221 degrees, and I'm not too sure. They are computer controlled, but I don't know what the computer, at what temperature that computer starts to open that coolant up, or the thermostat up. But I do know on the thermostat itself, it says 105 degrees Celsius, which is around 221 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's pretty hot. They do run these motors pretty hot on these, so it don't take you very long to overheat one of these, especially if you got a water pump that's not circulating your water. And if you're not paying attention to your temperature gauge, and you know, you could definitely do some major damage to your engine. You could be looking at maybe an engine replacement if you crack the block or something like that. So you definitely want to keep an eye on your gauges. And if you do notice it, then I think there's an idiot light or something that comes across your dashboard to let you know also that you're overheating or something like that. I'm not sure. I never had one overheat on me, but if you do get to that point, guys, you definitely want to get the car off the side of the road and shut it off immediately. You do not want to get one of these motors real hot, because you will definitely do some damage to it. Like I said, I got lucky on this one. As you can see that, and the bad thing, you know, about it, guys, is these things are plastic. And why in the world do they make all this stuff in plastic? I have no idea. If they'd have made this out of aluminum, you know, aluminum or something like that, then this here would not have failed like it did. But so anyways, guys, I thought I'd throw that video out there. If you're seeing some of that coolant splashing here on your hose or anywhere in this vicinity, you definitely want to get that water pump repaired. They're not real difficult to change out. You just gotta, you know, there's, like I said, there's other videos out there on how to take out your engine mounts, and you have to jack your motor up a little bit And to get that pulley off, you'll have to jack that up enough so you can get your a socket in there. And also, guys, those take a special socket. So you want to make sure that you got the correct tool before you tear one apart. You can see that right there, guys. You see that right there, that bolt? It takes one of these spline type. Let's see if I got a spline. Luckily, I had a set of tools that has that spline. Trying to find that socket here. I got a socket here that's a spline socket for that. And so before you tear into one of these guys, you want to make sure that you have the correct tooling. I know where those are now. I got it in the back of my Corvette here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about on those. I had this tool set for a long time here that I purchased, and I'm glad I did because I needed that special wrench there for that. And so like I said, you want to make sure, guys, that you do have your correct tooling if you're going to replace one of those water pumps. This here set's got that. See, like this here, guys, got them splined. This, you can actually use these type of sockets on a regular bolt, you know, a 4-point bolt, 6-point bolt, and your spline bolts. And I used the it took the 8mm. That's the one I got it sitting around here somewhere. But that's the one you need to take that water pump pulley off, guys, is that 8mm splined. Your 8mm splined socket there to get that off, guys. So I thought I'd let you know on that too, because you know, you get into a job like that and you start tearing stuff apart, and then you come to find out, well, you got to have a special tool to get something off there. So you want to make sure you got that a set of those splined sockets to get that water pump out there, guys. So anyways, guys, that'll wrap this one up on the faulty water pump on your Chevrolet Cruzes.